The Empress rejected 10,000 suitors, but fell for the one guy who couldn't care less. The grand palace of Zephyria 7 gleamed under the twin suns, its crystalline spires reaching toward the heavens like frozen lightning. Within its vast halls, Empress Lirelei Vexstar sat upon the throne of eternal stars, her 6 arms crossed in obvious irritation. Her iridescent skin shimmered with patterns that betrayed her mood-deep purples and angry reds swirling across her elegant features. "Next," she commanded, her voice carrying the weight of absolute authority across 3 star systems. The 9,847th suitor approached with practiced grace. Lord Kethmer of the Crystalline Nebula, his 4 legs clicking against the marble floor as his translator began the rehearsed proclamation of his achievements, wealth, and undying devotion. Lirelei barely listened. She had heard variations of the same speech nearly 10,000 times over the past solar cycle. "Rejected," she declared before he could finish. The Zephyrian guards escorted the bewildered nobleman away as he sputtered protests about his fleet of merchant vessels. High Counselor Vextai approached the throne, his ancient face creased with concern. "Your Imperial Majesty, perhaps we should consider—" "No!" Lirelei's patterns flashed brilliant orange. "I will not be married off like cargo to the highest bidder. These fools seek only my crown, not me. But the succession laws require— I know what they require." Her voice carried a dangerous edge that made even her most trusted advisor step back. "One more. Send in the last one, then we're done with this charade." Vextai consulted his holographic display, frowning. "Your Majesty, there appears to be an irregularity. The final suitor isn't actually here for the courtship trials." "What?" "A human named Marcus Chun. He's here about the water filtration contract for the outer colonies. Apparently there was a scheduling error. Send him in anyway." Lirelei was curious now. In 10,000 suitors, not one had surprised her. Perhaps this human's confusion might at least be entertaining. The massive doors opened, and Marcus Chun walked in. Lirelei immediately noticed he wasn't dressed in ceremonial robes or carrying gifts. Instead, he wore a simple blue jumpsuit with Chun Engineering Solutions embroidered on the pocket. He carried a worn briefcase and looked thoroughly annoyed. "Your Majesty," he said with a perfunctory bow, clearly having been hastily briefed by the guards. "I think there's been a mistake. I'm here about water purification systems, not whatever this is." He gestured vaguely at the ornate courtship set up around them. Lirelei found herself leaning forward, intrigued. "You're not here to court me?" Marcus looked genuinely confused. "Court you? Lady, no offense, but I'm here to discuss industrial filtration technology. I've got 17 colony worlds depending on clean water, and your procurement department scheduled this meeting 3 months ago." For the first time in months, Lirelei smiled a genuine expression that sent ripples of gold across her skin. "You're not interested in marrying an empress? Are you interested in buying water filters?" Marcus countered, apparently oblivious to the shocked gasp from the assembled court. "Because if not, I've got a transport to catch. The Kepler station. Installation won't manage itself." Lirelei stood, her full height impressive even to human standards. She descended the steps slowly, studying this peculiar human. Unlike the other suitors, he didn't grovel or avert his eyes. He simply looked impatient. "Tell me about these water filters," she said. Marcus blinked. Then his expression shifted to professional enthusiasm. "Now we're talking. See, the problem with most filtration systems is they're not designed for the mineral compositions found in outer rim worlds. My company developed a modular system that adapts to local chemistry." As Marcus launched into his technical presentation, something extraordinary happened. Lirelei found herself genuinely listening, not to scripted flattery or political maneuvering, but to passionate expertise. Marcus spoke of helping colonists, of solving problems, of building something that mattered. His eyes lit up when he described how clean water could transform communities. Double quotes ... and that's why the bioadaptive membranes are crucial for long-term sustainability, Marcus concluded, showing her a holographic model of his filtration array. Fascinating, Lirelei murmured, and meant it. You built this yourself. My team and I, yeah. Look, Your Majesty, this is great and all, but I really need to know if you're interested in the contract. People are depending on these systems. The court held its collective breath as their Empress began to laugh, a sound like crystal bells in a gentle breeze. Her skin erupted in patterns of silver and gold, colors that hadn't been seen since her coronation. Mr. Chun, she said, would you be willing to extend your stay on Zephyrius 7? That depends. Are we talking about the water contract? Among other things. Lirelei's pattern shifted to deep blues and purples colors of intrigue and attraction. I find myself curious about a man who values his work more than an empress's attention. Marcus finally seemed to register the implications of the situation. Around him. Wait, are you saying all those guys in fancy robes were here to court you? Nearly 10,000 of them. And you rejected them all? Every single one. Marcus ran a hand through his hair, looking around at the opulent throne room as if seeing it for the first time. Well, that explains the hostile looks. In the waiting chamber, they sought power, wealth, status, Lirelei explained, moving closer. You seek to help people. You build things that matter. She paused, patterns shifting to warm amber. You see me as a person who might buy. Your filters, not a prize to be won. Well, yeah, you're just doing your job, same as me. For the Empress of 3-star systems, being seen as just doing her job was perhaps the most romantic thing anyone had ever said to her. Double quotes, Mr. Chun, would you consider staying for dinner? I'd like to hear more about your work. And perhaps you might like to know more about mine. Marcus checked his chronometer, then looked at the genuine interest in her alien features. I suppose the transport doesn't leave until tomorrow. And you do seem serious about those water contracts. Very serious, Lirelei assured him, her patterns now a steady, warm gold dot as the court watched in amazement. Their Empress who had rejected princes, warlords, merchant kings, and nobles from across the galaxy, walked off with a human engineer who cared more about clean water than crowns. High Counselor Vextai made a note in his records. Succession crisis resolved by scheduling error. Recommend immediate procurement of water filtration systems for all territories. Sometimes the most extraordinary love stories begin with the most ordinary meetings.